It's a question of how long it will take and how much money will be diverted from the task of bringing Antioch College back to life as a thriving residential undergraduate institution restored to its proper place in the pantheon of American higher education and graduating generations of students dedicated to winning victories for humanity. Yes, the world needs Antioch now more than ever. And that's where nonstop comes in. First, a word about the nomenclature. Nonstop Antioch is the political movement dedicated to saving Antioch College and rebuilding it as an independent college built on Antioch's traditional values, dedicated to achieving that through litigation, lobbying, public relations, any means necessary. And our right to use the word Antioch in that context is politically protected speech. We have the First Amendment right to call our movement Nonstop Antioch.
Right on.
But we cannot call our educational enterprise Nonstop Antioch, because the university owns the trademark to use that name for the provision of educational services. And so after much toing and froing, which in retrospect seems like much ado about nothing since everybody calls it Nonstop, it has been named the Nonstop Liberal Arts Institute. And you will hear in just a little bit from the people who have been working on creating it. I have been privileged to be on campus for much of this academic year, and I can tell you that their vision for carrying Antioch from the university to independence is very exciting. This has been a roller coaster year, and there have been some very low moments. January was probably the low point, when the university saw fit to send our interim president back here in the middle of negotiations with the Antioch College Continuation Corporation to say that the college would close on June 30th, no matter what the outcome of those negotiations. It seemed to us here as though it was a deliberate attempt to kill any ray of hope. And in fact, it didn't just seem that. Their position was that they were ethically obligated not to let us believe in what they called false hope. And it did kill some spirit for a short while. But then people started realizing that we had hit bottom, right? They had done the worst they could do. What more could they do to us? And that meant that we were free. The realization that a faculty and community that has been living under what Hassan Najad called colonial occupation for at least 5 years, that this faculty and this community were finally free to brainstorm, create, envision, plan, to teach what they think an Antioch education should be, has just been enormously liberating. The creativity that has been unleashed has been a thrill to behold. And you will hear about that directly from them in a few minutes. But for now, we want to take a pause and take some questions just on this part. So we're going to get our college back by one means or another, and we're going to support the vehicle that will carry us to independence.